or maybe we could do it bash or sack at the beach, huh? Or balls at the beach.
Hello, everybody. This is
Penis.
this is Jmack Gaming here with.
And I'm Chad Talks, and this is episode 72 of the Monday Night War Save. And today we are doing the go home before Bash at the Beach, and it should be a balls to the wall.
Don't you do it?
Fucking great show. All right, let's run it. Alrighty, so in a pre-show match, Disco Inferno defends his newly won Hardcore Championship against Sabu. He pins him with the Last Dance and makes defense number 1 of the Hardcore title. So he's celebrating, having a grand old time. And then Chris Kanyon comes in, big boots him, tells the referee to count it, and Chris Kanyon wins the WCW Hardcore title.
We're back to this damn Mortis Disco feud, brother.
Chris Kanyon then says, "Disco, it's not over between us." All right, so that ends that segment. And then Jmack had a pre-show main event of Sid Vicious versus Scott Norton. Sid Vicious beat Scott Norton with the powerbomb.
As he should.
And then broke his leg.
Oh.
Alrighty, so the show starts off with Scott Hall's Hey Yo talk show stuff set up all around. And then Scott Hall's music hits. And then out comes Kevin Nash dressed as Scott Hall. And then he grabs the microphone and says, "Hey Yo!" And then he says, "Were you guys expecting to see somebody else? Well, after I destroyed Scott Hall a few weeks ago, he still hasn't came back. And we're supposed to fight at Bash at the Beach, but honestly, I don't even know if he's going to make it." He was like, it just goes to show you that unless you're in the NWO, you just don't have the mentality to make it in this company. Just like Randy Savage doesn't have the balls of fire needed to make it in professional wrestling. Unlike my first guest, who has the balls to make it here. And then Hulk Hogan comes out with his title, and he just shits on Randy Savage, and shits on anybody that isn't in the NWO. Makes Horace Hogan go get him a coffee. And then Randy Savage comes out and says like, "Oh yeah," and then he runs out and he says, "Hulkster, Kevin Nash, not only will Macho Man win at Bash of the Beach, but Macho Man is going to show the entire world just how big you two are in the britches, brother."
Oh, no.
And then Savage says, "Kevin, you don't think the Macho Man has what it takes to make it in this business? Well, how about before I kick Hulkster's ass at Bash of the Beach, I kick your ass in the main event tonight?" Before Kevin Nash can say anything, Hogan says, "Randy, you're on." And then says, "Kevin Nash, tear him apart for me, brother." Two sweets him. And then that sets up the main event tonight.
Nice.
So, yeah. So after an extremely short match, Goldberg defeats Hammer and Riggs in a minute 50 with a jackhammer.
Yeah, there's not really anything.
Not really much more I could say to that. Afterwards, Goldberg says that he has his 2 more before he gets to Raven. He's got to beat Chris Benoit and Just Incredible, and then he will have Raven. And he says at Bash of the Beach, he says he is challenging Benoit and Just Incredible to singles matches. And then at Bash of the Beach, he will get Raven. Raven comes out. Raven says, "You think you can not only take out one member of the flock, but 3 in one night?" And then he laughs and says, "Goldberg, you don't have the energy to make it 5 minutes, let alone 3 different matches." He says, "But I'll tell you what, I'll accept your conditions. However, if you do get to me, I will pick the match stipulation." And Goldberg says, "You're on." And then, yeah.
All right.
Then the flock do some creepy shit and they disappear. Chris Canyon's being interviewed about how great it is to be the Hardcore champion. Tajiri runs out, starts beating him up. Chris Kanyon just pushes him and then big boots him, knocks him out. And then while he's distracted, Brutus Booty Cake makes his triumphant return to television, and just hits him from behind with a lead pipe, pins Chris Kanyon, and wins the hardcore title.
Brutus Booty Cake.
Brutus Booty Cake is the hardcore champion. Hulk Hogan's best friend. All right. Just an 8-man tag team match. Harlem Heat, Ric Flair, and Rey Mysterio take on the matches of 2004 holds Eddie Guerrero and Six. Ric Flair, pin Six with a pinfall. By pinfall, not with a pinfall. What am I looking at? I can't read it. Slow down.
No, Ric Flair with a 54.
Oh, perfect.
Stevie Ray with a 42.
Oh man, they're not old.
Eddie was the best performer. That was the three things I saw.
Good job, Eddie Guerrero. Attaboy.
He was really off his game, Ric Flair was.
Attaboy, Eddie. Alrighty, so that is enough for that. Sting goes one-on-one against Davey Boy and makes him tap out. It says Scorpion Deathlock. It was a sharpshooter. And then afterwards... What?
I deleted Scorpion Deathlock and I typed in sharpshooter.
Oh, perfect. And then afterwards, Sting challenges Bret Hart to a sharpshooters only match at Bash of the Beach. Come out here, you bitch. Alrighty, so Goldberg is walking to his locker room and he just gets laid out by the flock. They just triple team him. So, and then Mike Tenay is like, will Goldberg make it to Bash of the Beach? Who knows? So, that's it.
Is that how Mike Tenay sounds like?
No, not at all, but I can't do a Mike Tenay, sorry. And about that decent wrestling with Little Heat.
I forgot about this.
Alex Wright defeats Super Dragon in 446 with an STF.
Poor Super Dragon.
Just some local talent that I signed. Afterwards, he takes the unconscious Super Dragon and goes to remove his mask. Conan runs out, stops him, beats him up, and then Hubitude comes out because basically Conan runs in to go stop. He gets a few punches on Alex Wright. Alex Wright gets out of the ring and runs down the ramp. Conan's like, bitch, you ain't getting away from me. So he jumps over the top rope and starts running after him. Hubitude, driving an Escalade, comes out from the side of the ramp and runs Conan over. So
oh, no.
Conan joins the Scott Hall Club of people getting run over. So
Jesus fuck.
And then Alex Wright takes from his pocket some zip ties. And he zip ties Conan to the muffler of the Escalade and just starts beating the shit out of him.
Fuck, man.
And yeah, that's the end of that segment.
That was a lot darker than I thought that would go.
Nope. Alex Wright, all Mr. Dark over here. 6-man tag team match. I just wanted to get the 4 guys who aren't in a feud right now. Mainly 2 of them. I don't really give a shit about the Faces of Fear. But Lex Luger defeated Barbarian with the torture rack. So Luger and DDP are duking it out the pay-per-view for the title. So that's a thing. Alrighty, so basically, Disco, Chris Kanyon, Brutus, and Sabu are all in Bischoff's office arguing. Brutus.
Poor Tajiri didn't even make the cut.
Brutus does not have the hardcore title though. He says he left it in his car because he knows better than to carry that thing around in public. And Bischoff says, he's heard enough. He's sick of. He was like, who even are you for? He was just like, I recognize a few of you, but he looks at Disco and says, who the hell are you? And then he says, listen, you guys want to fight? You guys want to settle this? At Bash of the Beach, we are going to have a fatal 4-way hardcore match to decide who is the hardcore champion. So that's how we're going to decide it. At fatal 4-way. And then our main event. In an exceptional match, Randy Savage defeats Kevin Nash in 1657. During the match, Scott Hall's music hit. He comes out in the same exact car that ran him over.
Oh, my God.
And he starts revving the gas, and Kevin Nash comes, looks down the ramp, and is like, what? And then he gets, and then Savage rolls him up for the 3 count. And then afterwards, Scott Hall gets out of the car, and then pulls out a baseball bat. And he looks at him and says, "Hey yo, motherfucker," and then runs into the ring. And then it's like a diamond-studded baseball bat because he has a lot of money. So he bought a diamond-studded baseball bat that says "fuck Kevin Nash" on it and gems. And he runs into the ring and he starts beating the shit out of Kevin Nash with a baseball bat. Nash is like, writhing in pain, like, "Holy fuck, you're breaking my ribs." And meanwhile, Hall just keeps saying, "Hey yo, bitch," like just keeps just destroying him. And then the refs separate him. Scott Hall pulls out his wallet and just gives every ref that's holding him back $100. And the refs go, "Oh, all right, fuck it, go ahead."
Right, go
and
ahead.
so then Scott Hall runs at Kevin Nash and just starts fighting him again. And they brawl to the back to end the show. And Tony Schiavone did a horrible job announcing.
87. There you go.
Alrighty, my go home was the more superior go home.
Jobbing.com arena.
At the jobbing.com arena. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned because we are doing Balls of Fire and Badge of the Beach next.
It's not called Balls of Fire. Don't give them false information.
Fully loaded Balls of Fire.
All right. Leave a like, leave that comment, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And we will see you for the pay-per-view shows.
Penis.
If anyone else wants to run WCW, let me know in the comments because I'm looking for a new co-host who's a little bit more mature.
Oh, more mature. All right.
Remember, fuck Cody Rhodes.